Mr. President, I wish a great success for the Obama Foundation. I am a transgender woman. My name is Dr. Akkai Padmashali. I was a sex worker. I was a beggar. I was rejected by all the sections of society. And I am the Black Beauty, and I love you.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
Mr. President, I have so many issues to bring before you. As a social activist, founder of Pondere, I was not able to come here today from Bangalore, Karnataka to Delhi because I was facing so much of financial crisis. Did not have money to travel here. I need to thank change.org for getting me here.
Okay.
The issue is, the two things I want to bring, one is the question, one is a request. The question is, when the state terror is against minorities, be it a transgender, be it a sexual minority, be it a class, caste, religious, race minority, when you are being stigmatized, you are being discriminated because nowhere of your reason, and the patriarchal notion and the power is dominating against you, and I want to take my strong objection on it. Right? How do I speak? I'm a criminal before the section 377, which criminalizes because you are a transgender, lesbian, gay, bisexual, and how do I raise my voice against this? The second thing is about the Transgender Protection Rights Bill, where the government is not in a consultative, democratic, transparent way of discussing what exactly the community wants and not the government wants. If that's so, how do I raise my voice? How do I fight against it? That is my question to you. How do I resolve the world crisis? I think across the world, we as sexual minorities, as transgender, facing social rejection, like negligent way attitude. We are seeking for love, affection, acceptance. That is my question to you. How do I deal with that? My request, can I hug you? That's it.
Well, we can have a hug after the event's over, because otherwise I'll start.
Thank you.
We'll be doing a lot of hugging, and I won't be answering any questions. But I can't speak to the specifics of legislation in India because I'm not qualified. I have not been keeping pace with exactly what's happening in the parliament around these kinds of issues. But I can answer your more general question. And I think the answer is, it begins with what you just did, which is to find your voice and to be able to articulate your views and your experiences and tell your story. And that's true of any group that is marginalized, stigmatized. Finding that voice and being able to tell a story so that the perceptions that somehow you are different are broken down because people start recognizing their own experiences in you. They see your humanity, right? So, this is one of the reasons, by the way, why art is often a powerful tool in social change. Because what it does is, through art, suddenly people see for the first time, oh, that black person feels like I feel. Or that woman is experiencing something that I should be able to understand. There's something we have in common. Or that person of what has been considered an inferior caste. Turns out they have the same kinds of hopes and dreams that I have, right? That moment of recognition is the basis around which you begin to build political movements. Once that voice is there, hopefully others join you, right? And so now you have networks and organizations and allies. And one of the things that I think is important in terms of any effort to bring about positive change is thinking about the allies that that are available to you. Your issue may be climate change, or your issue may be gender equality, or your issue may be public health. But the question then sometimes is, can you find the intersection between those issues? Is there a way, if you're working on public health, to engage with environmental activists, because it may be that improving air quality is a key public health issue, but it's also a key environmental issue. If you're a transgender person and you're seeking to be recognized and have full equality, well, you need to be speaking with women's groups generally who are concerned about sexual assault, right? And so forth and so on. So finding those alliances, I think, then become important. And then, once that happens, it's a matter of applying political pressure and being able to mobilize public opinion. And that's going to take some time. It's what we just talked about earlier in terms of how we can get discouraged sometimes because progress does take some time. But you should take some measure of hope by just looking at what's happened in the United States and in a lot of other countries around LGBT issues generally. I'd like to think I'm not that old, even though, my hair is a little gray. But Michelle thinks I'm still cute, she says. But when I was in college, so this would be back in the early 80s, it was just beginning for persons who were openly gay or lesbian to have student organizations. The laws on the books were still discriminatory across many states in the United States. And so now there is just an open acknowledgement, even among many conservative parties, that we should not be discriminating against persons because of sexual orientation. And that happened, with respect to human history, amazingly quickly, right? In the span of 20 years, basically. Now, in the span of one person's lifetime, that can seem painfully long. But it requires a steady education of the public, and then a political strategy that puts pressure on elected officials, and that's going to take some time.